sand rule or whatever for these props.
I just press. What's up, guys? Wire to wire. What can I say? It's good to be
Wire to
back. How we
wire
doing,
is
Lou?
live, bro. First show, bro. You know I'm excited all
You know
day.
what it is.
You already
You know
know
what
what
it
it
is.
is. You already know what it is all day. Winter wire all day. It's been one, as we progress through the summer and move through baseball season and basketball season draws to a close. Um, Not a lot of action to go through. Of course, baseball starting late today, so we've been on a soccer groove, and it's just been rocking. To be honest, I passed out a bevy of picks at midnight to start right at the start of the day. The gang asked one of our soccer favorites in the gang, Parlay Chilla, asked me. He said, "What do you think about the slate for today, Lou?" And I think I gave about 7 or 8 picks, and so far, like 6 out of those 8 picks have hit. So actually, it would have probably been 7, but the Sweden Ukraine game, I should have known that shit was gonna go to extra time, bro. Like every game is going to extra time. Like
Tried to warn you.
the draw play full time is literally like a wagon right now in this knockout round, because it seems like the teams are just so evenly matched, bro. Like this is one of the craziest years of Euro I've ever seen, because usually it's once you get to knockout rounds, it's usually pretty easy to see who's gonna come out on top. But this year it's been wild. Like I was on England earlier, of course, but
Of course.
yeah, I really thought Sweden would be able to get the win here, but Ukraine came out tough. I really didn't look at Ukraine's form. If I'd looked at Ukraine's form, I definitely would have said draw. And when I looked at it during the game, that's what I said. This is probably going to go to extra time, because no doubt about it, like it went to extra time, because Ukraine is just, they don't back down, bro. Like I said, like their form in their
That's what I was
last six,
telling you, bro.
their form in their last
I've
six,
been
bro. They
preaching
like,
that since this
it's
morning.
all draws, bro. Like they don't let anybody beat them. Like they're just like, no, bro. You can have a goal, but we'll score back, and then that's it. We're not playing the extra goals game. Like, and the teams that they lost to were like just really good. They lost to France, of course, and I think they lost to Portugal. Like, so teams that are like way superior to them. But any other team that was literally like on their level, which I think like Sweden is today, yeah, they holding their own.
Nah,
So
Sweden's hella overrated. I've been saying it forever.
I
I'm
was
not a
riding with
fan.
the overrated side, but obviously
It's all good. It's all
obviously
good.
we'll see. It's still going, game's still going. Yeah,
Did you see that guy's freaking knee on the play that happened
oh
like
man.
5 minutes ago? The red card.
Oh man,
That guy won't play soccer for at least a year, if
bro.
ever.
The worst thing you can see is
So
knee injuries, bro.
yeah. Besides the fact that I need a haircut, let's go into something that's actually worth talking about. That we're gonna go into the play we already gave out on Matt's morning show, the lineup. We got a resident White Sox fan always joining
I'll
me
let your
here,
boy Sox wave all day, baby.
but we
Sox
know
wave.
we know
We've been,
today that
we've been struggling lately, man.
the White Sox have been struggling. The Twins are bringing my
105 plus 3. God damn, this match.
back. It's a true toss up on who's gonna win the game, but we're gonna rock with the fact that there aren't gonna be very many runs scored. Just I want to put
Oh
the
my
line in
gosh,
there real quick.
bro.
It was
Yeah,
minus
the,
115.
the amount of people on the injured list between the Twins and the White Sox right now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
It's
9,
gross.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 guys combined between the White Sox and Twins are
It's
on
gross.
the
And for the
IL
White
right
Sox,
now.
there are people that are
And
actually
there's
like
big
their
people on the
cornerstones.
IL. We got Adam Eaton, Adam Engel, Lamb, Louis Robert, Michael Kopech, Nick Madrigal, Abreu, I think, is hurt too. They don't even have him listed here. So yeah, it's bad times for the White Sox, and you can tell from their most recent. Like if you look at they like last 10, they're like terrible. So not a lot of runs have been scored. The bats have kind of gone quiet with a large piece of the rotation missing. And Lucas Giolito is the ace in the hole, so expect him to come out and deal. I was just checking the
large
weather
part of there
here.
is missing. Not missing.
I was just checking the weather here, but it looks like we might. It says 42% chance of maybe some rain showers around 8 p.m. So we'll see. But yeah, the last week here has been super rainy. So if they can make this game happen, they're gonna try to make this game happen. They have it set for 7 o'clock. Right now, my 7 o'clock weather report says 21% chance of rain at 7, 42% chance of rain at 8, 43% chance at 9. So if it does start, it'll probably start. It may not end, but this first 5 under 4.5 might be the best move since it'll probably not make it full time. I may, if it does, it'll be after a rain delay, and it
Yeah,
doesn't look
so
like the
a
rain
bunch
is
of
really going to
tired
clear up till like
bodies.
10 p.m. So if they came back out at 10 p.m. to finish this game, it would be trash,
Yeah,
and
I
I doubt
mean,
many runs would be
bunch
scored.
of
So I
tired
like this
bodies just
play.
trying to get through this game so they don't have to, play a bunch of double headers
Yeah, they're gonna probably try to push through. If it's not raining too hard, they'll
in
definitely
August
push
and
through
September.
because the fact that they had to push this game to today even is moving
Exactly.
things on the schedule. So
Exactly. And then we're gonna go on to we when I did the original read, the Padres had Blake Snell pitching, which I like the matchup with him, but I still like the way the Padres match up with Santillan. I think the Padres are just a wagon right now. I think that they're a really hard team to fade, and with a pitcher who's expected fielding, independent pitching, I don't really expect a lot of people to be into analytics like I am, but basically like his ERA, if there was no fielders or if the fielders just stood still, would be 6.17. And I think Tatis could have a nice game. I think we could expect something from Grisham. I think just as long as they don't get too anxious, and I think if they score first, they're just gonna keep pounding. But the thing with the Padres, when they let runs in, they kind of get shook. But I don't think that's gonna happen today.
that's an interesting pick. I mean, I'm on board with it. The Reds have had some good batting lately, especially at home, but the Padres are definitely the more talented team of the two. So I feel like if they're clicking and they're actually making contact with the ball, it's probably more likely that the Padres will score more
Mm-hmm.
than the Reds, especially when you got somebody like Fernando Tatis Jr. that can knock three
Yeah,
out the park in one game. So yeah, Padres is definitely a wagon right now because for most people coming into the season, it was like Padres or Dodgers coming out the West anyway. So to see the
mm-hmm.
Padres starting to heat up right now, especially like mid season, and we coming up right on the All-Star break, like they starting to find their groove. So get on board while you can. I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure like they're gonna heat up. You know, come July, August, September, October, they definitely gonna be in the hunt. So today, I definitely will hop on board and with the Padres head up against the Red as road favorites, not road underdogs, road favorites in Cincy
Yeah, I
today.
mean those short dogs. Excuse me. Those short dogs are always barking a little bit, but then when the Padre bullpen's really been getting it together, they've been getting a lot of ground balls. They've been striking out batters. I think that they're gonna plug all the right pieces. It might cost them. It might cost them in the next couple of days, but I think today they're gonna go all out for a W and do it for the boys because they know they got solid starters and might cost them later in the week. But for right now, I think we ride.
Indeed, indeed.
And then we're gonna go to Lou's specialty. If you want to dive into the NBA play,
Yes, the Bucks and the Hawks game 4 tonight. Trae Young is questionable. Bogdanovich is questionable. Giannis is questionable. I'm questionable. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm
but
questionable to watch it with
Trey,
all those injuries.
right? Like, no, Giannis is gonna play. If Trey, I doubt Trey sits out because once again, this is the conference finals. So you usually get a cortisone shot, pop 2 Advils, whatever you can do to kill pain. He'll try to do as much of that as he possibly can, and he'll be out there. Now, how effective he'll be, I'm not sure. But the last couple of games have looked exactly how I expected them to look. I mean, even with how the Bucks played terribly for 3 quarters, but when it came down to the wire, like the better team showed their mettle and worth, and the Bucks were able to pull out game 3. So I didn't expect the Hawks to win game 1. They did, but for me, I felt like after they won game 1, the way that Philadelphia should have handled the series against Atlanta is the way that the Bucks are going to handle this series. So tonight we're on Bucks -6.5 because for one, the Hawks don't have anybody that can guard Giannis. For two, their best player is injured now, and the Hawks aren't really built to run without Trae Young. Like they're built around
Yeah.
him. So when you take away his scoring, his ability to distribute the ball, once again as a shooter, bro. When you have foot, ankle, knee, calf, any of that stuff, it's hard to jump. It's hard to land. It throws your shot off. It makes you try to adjust and compensate for your weight distribution. It's all bad. So I do not expect a 30-point performance from Trae Young tonight. So I would say his under on scoring for a prop as well. Let me pull it up here. I got Trae Young set at over under 27.5. I'm going under 27.5 for Trae Young tonight because I just don't feel like he's gonna be able to come through. Now, if he comes out here and pulls a damn Isaiah Thomas, so be it. I will not be mad at him at all. I do not hate Trae Young. He is not a villain. He just is an injured basketball player. And as a basketball player myself, I know how hard it is to deal with those types of injuries, and especially in a game with like so much on the line. Like, you really want to be at your best, but when you know that you're not at your best, he's gonna have to compensate, whether it's less shots and more passing, or he continues to shoot and he misses those shots because he's compensating for his injury. I like his under here in this game tonight. Chris Middleton shook me last game because he's been terrible. Like, I was having a conversation with one of our Discord members, Shaheen, about Chris Middleton, and I was like, bro, like, he's like, I don't know what your expectations are. I'm like, Chris Middleton is supposed to be the second best player on this team. Throughout this playoffs, he's been playing like the third or fourth best player on this team. Drew Holiday was outshining Chris Middleton for a bit here.
Nasty.
And Drew Holiday is a beast, don't get me wrong, but Chris Middleton is supposed to be the number 2 guy on this team. So I was expecting more from him. And when I see this dude having multiple 6 of 23 performances, nights where he's going 7 of 20, like, his shooting has been abysmal. So for him to have turned it on the way that he did in the fourth quarter, he blew me away. I feel like maybe he's found his tempo now. Maybe he's ready to actually, because, you know, the conference finals is a beast. You know, it's everybody's not built for it. And for some people, it just takes that time to adjust. You know, shit, Kobe airballed a fucking 3 the first time he was in the conference finals. In case anybody forgot, doesn't remember. 98 was that 90? Was that 97 finals? 97 conference finals, I think it was, or 98 conference. It was 98 conference finals. The Jazz went on to face the Bulls, but they played the Lakers in the conference finals, and Kobe had a chance to win, and he pulled up and he airballed. Yeah. So, yeah, man, it happens.
One of those things. I knew after Trae went off game 1, I was like, Drew Holiday's going to take that personally and clamp him up. I mean, he still took a lot of shots.
He should have taken it personally, because that move where he rocked his ass and shimmied on that 3, boy, I would have, the next play down, it wouldn't have been nothing. I would have been like, bro, I got a hard foul you because you tripping out here. What's wrong with you, bro? Hey, we on TV. But that was a nice move from Trae Young, you know, and that's the kind of stuff that he's capable of. I said during the Philadelphia series that he was going to have his AI moment. And for me, that was it. That was him. Game 1, AI moment, bro. You see the man shimmy, the man crossed the best defender on the team for the 3 wide open, looked at the whole team. Nobody decided to step up on him. Lined the 3 up, knocked it down, and then shimmied on their ass. That's stepping over Ty Lue, bro. That's the equivalent right there. So
I feel it.
But it's time for them to go home, unfortunately, because they don't have they really don't have anybody that can guard Giannis, bro. Like, that's really the biggest issue they have. Clint Capella is entirely too slow. Bogdan Bogdanovic is hurt. John Collins is too small. Kevin Porter, Kayvon, come on, bro. Like, there's nobody on the Bucks who can guard Giannis. The Hawks are running out of gas. I feel like I really feel like they're running out of gas. Like, they've climbed a mountain, and to get to the top is very hard, bro. They're not there yet. I like this Hawks team 100%.
They're one guy away, and they look like they know their personnel well. I think they'll get that guy, and they'll be a threat for a long time. But I think that I agree with you. So we got some more official plays, then we'll get to the questions and the comments. But so the next one, we're gonna go with some total bases, because, you know, we go hard with our analytics, with our numbers, and we really like this spot here for Austin Meadows to a couple doubles, maybe even a homer, because Joe Ross is kind of flying a little too high. I think that he think that the lefties really get to him, and this is not the matchup for him. He's going to be facing 8 lefties and Zanino. So if he decide the raise at 105 was juicy, but I don't think that that's something you could trust. Maybe a live spot, but you got Austin Meadows sitting in the 4 hole, hitting with a 378 isolated power. With he's just crushing it. He's hitting when he's making contact with it, he's hitting it very far. He does strike out a little bit, but he really crushes that sinker that Joe Ross throws, and Joe Ross has a lot of trouble keeping the ball on the ground. So I really think that Austin Meadows over 1.5 total bases is a really good play here. And I think that if you could catch maybe the raise down one with a guy on base at plus money, I think you could really get some good value to get them to win. I think that Wander Franco gets it does something. This kid's electric. What are your thoughts on Wander?
Oh man, that's they Louis Robert. That's they Eloy Jimenez. That's they Andrew Vaughn. That's they prized possession right there, man. So I'm sure they're looking forward to him taking off, and for him to show up tonight would be just once again a check in the box. When you bring in a prospect and he just lives up to his potential and all of the hype and pomp and circumstance, it feels great to watch that. So
100% agreed. And then Lou, maybe if you wanna join me in before we go into one more. Thank you, Hark. We love you over here. You know how it goes. I want you to kind of dive into the numbers with me and see if how we're feeling about this. I know Maddie was talking to me about the under, but Vince Velasquez ERA against the Marlins is still 9, even with a good start this year in the last 5 games. He's pitched to a 6.23 in June, but Trevor Rogers has kind of taken this Phillies team in his pocket and really owned them. I mean, they got Williams in the top spot now. He's really crushing lefties, so it's really a hard spot. I mean, I think it's about if you trust the Marlins.
I see under.
You see under
4-3 final score. Marlins win.
Marlins. I see a Marlins win too. I think that I think this game's gonna come down to if Jazz Chisholm steps back up. He's electric. He makes things happen, but he's kind of when the games are close, he's kind of nowhere to be found. Whereas there are other guys that step up when the light's bright. So it's time today with a bunch of righties in the lineup, but him leading off the left side. I think it's really important for him to be patient. Velasquez in the last month's walking 9.3 batters a game.
And the line has moved towards the Marlins today too,
allowing a lot of hard contact to righties to lefties.
They were plus money this morning, and now they minus 105.
Personally, I think that the Vince Velasquez kind of overachieved last time they faced off. I think that I don't know if he's gonna get that strikeout pitch because these guys have history of being able to hit him. So I think that it's a really hard spot to take anything but the Marlins if you're gonna bet it.
Oh man, the Phillies are 11-0 off a road game in which their starter pitched 3 or fewer innings. 11-0 over under, that is. And the Marlins are 13-0 over under in the first game of a series with rest off a home game in which they allowed 6 or fewer hits. It sounds like over, but my projected score, my projected score is 4-3, bro. That's
also under. Something that's important to factor in when you're doing over under. The Marlins, their pitching's good. They've allowed the least home runs in the league to this point in the Philly and home runs. So the Phillies really got to string some hits together against Trevor Rogers here to be able to do that. And Trevor Rogers has that heavy fastball, heavy sinker that is he the sinker ball or there's so many freaking Rogers. I don't want to continue on talking.
7-4 with a 2.08 ERA. 4-2 with a 2.0 run on the road and a 1.42 ERA and 2 starts versus the Phillies. Bro,
yeah, so his ERA is under 3.
He's not giving up a lot of runs, bro. So I think the under is the better play. I got a guy. If anybody's ever heard of SDQL Gurus, a good point. Good point. A good analytics point. But they're saying over. I think under based on the pitching matchup here. I
Yeah.
don't think a lot of runs are going to be scored.
First
So
five under is really juicy too.
first
If
five under, if it's probably plus money. I'm let
yeah,
me check. Let me check.
you could even sell a half a run.
See, first game of the
So
night.
yeah, first game of the night. Same time as the
First
Yankees and the
half
Rays game. Get that Austin Meadows playing. Other games we got.
over under
What's up?
4.5 is minus 102. Under 4.5 is minus 102. Run line for the Marlins is plus a half, minus 162. First
Wow.
half result for the Marlins is plus 115 versus plus 130 for the Phillies. So once again, they think the Marlins are going to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of things point towards it. And then we're gonna go into a later play. Let me just get the graphic ready. Mitch Moreland, a nice plus money play, plus 130. He's hitting the ball hard 56.5% of the time, but his isolated power is just 143. Fulton and he hits the ball on the ground a lot. That's why a lot of people have been saying, well, no one's been saying, the numbers have been saying that he's not hitting for much power, but Fultonevich allows too many fly balls. Almost 40% of at bats are ended fly ball, and 48.7%. If you put that combination together, either him or Matt Olson is going to go yard or do some serious damage. And at plus money, I like the guy who's been hitting the ball off of righties 56% of the time hard. Average exit velocity 93.4 off of them in the last month. I just think, and also Fultonevich isolated power against lefties this month is 350. I think that this is a really good spot at plus 130. I think that you could probably find him at hits around like minus 155, minus 165, something like that, to put in like one of the, you could do like a hitter parlay. I think those are really cool, but I don't really like to sell parlays. Maybe sometimes give out a 2-legger or just say ride with me if I come up with one. But yeah, I think Mitch Moreland is the move here.
Sounds like a solid play. Hey, look, if it's gonna give me more than I put in for it, then I love it. I don't personally like plays where I feel like I'm not making my money back. So when you tell me it's plus money, yeah, let's go, because that's gonna give me my money and then some in return. I like that. So Mitch Moreland over 1.5 total bases. Let's rock it, folks. Grab your hammers.
Let's rock it, and then we're gonna go back to Hark's comment. Do you have any of those same game parlays ready? Some options.
Yes, sir. Let's see. Let's scroll back up here.
Oh, Ukraine just scored.
Oh,
it wasn't my boy, but they scored.
Oh,
and they scored in the first minute of stoppage time.
My boy Hark out here asking for some props for the night. Like I said, I like Trae Young's under. He's my boy is hurt, and I don't know if he only scored after he had 32 points the first 3 quarters. He only had 3 points in the fourth quarter, so that tells me like whatever he did hurt, and he was trying to favor it and trying to not go as hard so he could keep off of it. So they're gonna probably give him some pain meds and try to send him out there. He probably gonna have it wrapped and all of that extra stuff. But Trae Young's under is the first one. I would, if you want to line it up, Trae Young under 27.5 points. Also, we're gonna slide over here since he's hurt. I guarantee you, he not gonna hit more than 3 threes. He not gonna hit them. He once again shoot it. I unfortunately, as much as I love Bogdanovich, we played Bogdanovich over 10.5 the other day, and I knew, I said, man, my boy is a shooter and his legs is hurt. He can't jump. So Trae Young tonight under 2.5 threes. What do we have here? Yeah, he got over under 2.5. Under 2.5 is plus 120. Love it. Under 2.5 threes, because normally he only hit about 3-4 threes when he does shoot. So tonight I see him once again being more of a distributor than a shooter. It's gonna really be up to, I see V Groove over here saying it's gonna be up to John Collins. John Collins can get buckets. Now we rode John Collins a few times on overs on points and things like that. He can get buckets. The boy can score. So John Collins is really definitely gonna be somebody that you want to look out for this night tonight. His over under on points is I think 15.5, and his over under on threes is 1.5 at plus 132. I really like that because John Collins will hit 2 corner threes on you real quick. And if Trae Young is not shooting the ball, I guarantee you Nate McMillan is going to say, John Collins, I need you tonight, my boy. I need you to give me more than the 15.5 that you would normally give me. Over under John Collins 15.5 is plus 102. We got a lot of plus money plays here today. I like it.
Yeah, it's good.
John Collins.
I was feeling 22 and 12 for Trae today.
Over. Okay. So over 10 or at least 10 assists for Trae Young if he plays. Once again, I'm pretty sure he's going to play. I doubt that he sits out because this game is just too big. Like, I would not be sitting at home watching us go down 3-1. Kawhi Leonard has a torn ACL. I just want you guys to know that. I said this a few days ago in the Discord. The Clippers are really trying to keep their team morale up right now, so they're not going to announce that Kawhi Leonard has a torn ACL, but Kawhi Leonard has a torn ACL. But back to this game.
He probably already got surgery, honestly.
Yeah, he probably did. That's why I said, like, he probably either got surgery already and he's just sitting there, or he needs surgery and they haven't done it yet and they're just not announcing it because that would just destroy the Clippers. That would just be the headline for the rest of the playoffs. Kawhi Leonard tears ACL. But back here on today's game for the Hawks, John Collins is gonna have to be the guy to step up. Kevin Huerter, I see you over here, Hart, talking about Kevin Huerter. Kayvon, he got to step up once again. The role players for the Hawks got to step up today. It's clear. You selling 3 AP on the first, selling 3 what? Oh yeah, I agree. That's what I was thinking too. I believe that the Hawks are gonna be down big by halftime. Probably at least 10. I think they'll hoop a little bit in
the third, but then they'll be in a coffin by the fourth.
By the time even if it's by the fourth quarter, even if it's like a 6 to 8 point lead, by the end of the fourth, it's probably gonna be double digits.
Yo, AP, is that a picture of you?
Y'all are funny. But we also on the Bucks first quarter spread money line and first half spread money line. Do I think Collins picks up a majority of the slack? Not most of it, because he's literally like the second or third best player on the team, to be honest. He's one of their best options. He's the best two-way player they have, actually, because Trae Young don't play a lot of defense. And Clint Capella is more defense than offense, defense and rebounding than offense. So, yeah, John Collins, if anybody is going to be the guy to go off for the Hawks tonight, it would have to be John Collins. Or like I said, Kevin Huerter is capable, but John Collins will probably touch the ball more and see more tick than Kevin Huerter. But Kevin Huerter will probably be the guy that they have pick up Trae Young's slack a little bit as well. So Kevin Huerter and John Collins for the Hawks will probably be the two main guys I would look for as far as scoring, any made threes.
You think they give Forbes a couple more minutes to try and counter that, like to try and just say like like we can match you with threes?
I mean, if if the Bucks go up big, Bud is gonna turn to the bench to give them tick and let them, let Chris, Giannis, Drew get rest, because at this point it's looking like by the time the Suns Clippers series is actually done, the Hawks Bucks series might already be over. Like, I feel like the Clippers Suns game series is gonna probably end up going 7, and by the time that goes 7, they're gonna be playing after the Bucks and Hawks, because the Bucks are gonna win tonight, and then they're gonna win. What's today? Tuesday. They're gonna win Thursday, and then the series is gonna be over. And then the Clippers and Suns will have to play again on, I believe, Friday or Saturday. So the Bucks win tonight. Kevin Huerter and John Collins are the best guys to look for to pick up the slack. Gallo, they got Gallo coming off the bench. You better talk to Nate McMillan about that, Hart. You got Gallo coming off the bench. But tonight, like I said, when you get to this point where you down 2-1, looking at 3-1, you got Nate McMillan got to try some things. So maybe he doesn't start Trae Young. Maybe he brings Trae Young in as a second unit spark, and he starts Gallo and John Collins together. I don't know. We gonna see, but I feel like John Collins is probably the guy to pick up most of the slack, bro. Like, what do you think? Clint Capella is picking up the slack here? Like not on offense. Not offensively, no.
You can't get those alley-oops going if they're not fooled that you're gonna go to the rack.
Exactly, and nobody's driving to the cup like Trae Young does. So wait,
Exactly.
they said they feel like they might have found something or unlocked something with Onyeka Okongwu, running him at center a bit. Which once again, if you put
Now is not the time to try
Onyeka
things.
Okongwu and Clint Capella out there on the floor together, once again, Onyeka Okongwu is a rookie and
Not
Clint
the time to
Capella
try
is
things.
slew-footed and slow. Neither of them are stopping Giannis. As much as you might think you might have saw something in one game, I would
But
not. I would not immediately insert. I would not
yo,
immediately insert Onyeka Okongwu into my lineup in the fourth game of the conference finals and expect him to immediately deliver. And even if he did, I don't think he would deliver enough to lead the Hawks to an upset. Like I said, John Collins, Kevin Huerter, um, Giannis over 30, easy. Who's stopping him? 12 rebounds. Giannis 12 rebounds. Another one is another good prop that he's like, bro. He's been hitting 12 like clockwork. Once again, who's boxing him out? Who's stopping him from going? Once again, Clint Capella, slew-footed, slow. He's yamming on this man. He's laying up on this man. He's doing everything on this man. They said he had a layup that looked like a Space Jam layup last night. The man going so hard on Clint Capella's head right now. Now I'm still mad at Giannis. Don't get me wrong. I'm still upset with him because he hid from Kevin Durant last series. I don't give a damn if you got PJ Tucker is old, bro. Giannis, you are young and spry. There's no reason you should have let Bud put fucking PJ Tucker on Kevin Durant. You two-time depoy boy. Your ass should have been on KD that
yeah,
series.
Lou, some crazy shit just dropped. You know that? Do you know that Yankee prospect Dominguez, the 18-year-old?
Yeah. What he do?
He hasn't played a game yet, but he's making his profession, or maybe he has played in like low A, but he's gonna play in the future. I'm fucking excited for that.
That's
Like the game where all the
interesting.
top prospects play each other,
18,
world
bro?
versus
18.
dude. He's 18.
The Sox have a prospect too that's like that. Like he's like 18. Like, man, the Sox farm system's crazy, bro.
Dude, the White Sox are really built after the Yankees, and it's a good thing. Like I feel like both teams have a couple moves to make, but they're in the right spot.
Oh my gosh, bro. We need bullpen help so goddamn bad. It's ridiculous. And I really don't know what Rick Hahn is waiting for. Like, please make a move, bro. Because watching Aaron Bummer blow games is really pissing me off.
Give
100%.
me a trade
Like,
that you think could happen.
I
Doesn't have to be
think
the White Sox. It could be anyone. Like
I
a
the
trade.
Sox really need pitching like bad, and they actually need another bat because I don't know if Eloy and Louis will both be back this year. So in order to hedge that a little bit and losing Nick Magical, I'm pretty sure Nick Magical is done for the year too because he had surgery on his hamstring or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Louis Robert just cleared to increase baseball activity. My boy Hark over there, he's a Chicago guy, so he keeping up 1,000%.
So I
You
think
feel like
that
Nelson Cruz is gonna be dealt? That'd be interesting. To who?
definitely
I
an American League team. Definitely.
I was gonna say I feel like the Sox could nab Chris Bryant from the Cubs, like just on loan.
I don't
Like,
think
bro,
he's
just
someone
come.
who's worth paying for. Like I feel like he takes
He,
he takes all this time to get comfortable, and then when he finally gets comfortable, you trade him. He's just gonna have to restart the process.
oh my
I don't
god.
think he's all
I
that.
mean,
In
he
terms of that,
wouldn't
I
be
think.
too upset. I mean, he wouldn't be too
Don't get
far
me wrong. He's
removed
nice as fuck. He's nice
from.
as fuck at baseball. Like, but just the fact of the matter for me, is that he doesn't like want it as bad as like some of these guys. Like I feel like he's never seen struggle, and like I feel like
DT Meyer said, "I want to
I don't
see
know.
full time in the soccer match."
Hark
No,
such a
you're
time
not
street like
seeing full
baseball
time,
love.
bro. You're not seeing full time, Mister Maher. We're already past full time. We into
Big
extra, extra,
facts.
extra time.
I think that we might see one of the higher prospects we've seen get traded in a while. I don't think it'll be someone that will make a huge impact on their new team, but I think that the Braves will trade Pache for someone. Braves will trade Pache for some like. I think they should trade him to get that guy Zach Gallen. They should keep doing business, keep taking all the Diamondbacks' top picks. Well, they traded for him, but they traded Zach Gallen for Jazz Chisholm. Like, I don't know.
Shit's wild, bro. Shit's wild. Yeah, yeah. Hark, you're funny. After that Quintana trade, hey, look, y'all took him. That wasn't my fault.
Are we running back? Is that supposed to be Otani?
Yes, he said he was running Otani all week versus the Yankees, bro.
Mr. Mike? Yeah, I'm running Otani all week. Maybe not Thursday after he pitches, but we're running Otani all week.
It's an
Because
Otani week.
just use your profits from yesterday. Like keep the money you doubled up on. Use your profits and put it on Otani. I don't like he hit the hardest home run of his season there yesterday. We're running Otani all week. I really think we could run Austin Meadows. We could run. I think someone that we could run is Kyle Tucker. Also, I was looking into some stuff. I think that he's really been the unsung hero of the Astros because after the World Series they kind of had trouble with balance, and you kind of have those guys like Miles Straw, whoever they play a catcher, like those guys who kind of just sit in the middle. And Kyle Tucker was a top prospect. He was he was developing, but now I think he was developing. I think he's now really someone who's seeing the ball well. He's feeling good about himself. But to answer V Groove, Starling Marte is actually my boy. Like not literally, but like there were a couple months where like I was chatting with him on Snapchat and stuff, and like we were talking about like when everything was going down with him. I was like, "Yo, like you're dope. Like don't worry about that." I got his Pirates jersey. It's all cool stuff. Like, but I don't know. I got one of these moments. I just wanted to rebrand everything about myself, so I lost all those contacts. Like I had a couple people like that. It was pretty cool. I had like Gleyber Torres. Just a fun fact. But I really want to see. I really want to see some moves. I want to see some teams take chances. Like I want to see like fuck rookie ball. Like trade those guys like to a team that's developing now. Like I don't know. There's I see all these prospects like the Mariners. Like I don't know why I picked them. They're the one who probably would keep them, but they could really trade Kyle Lewis for a bunch of these guys because team value youth. Look at Jason Hayward's contract. Thoughts?
Marlin. Marte from the Marlins.
Starling Marte, that's my boy.
OG from the Cubs. He said, "Why we got to pick on the Cubs, bro? They just made a lot of moves over the last few years, bro. To be honest,
You know what it is?
in an attempt to stay relevant, they've really done a lot on the market. So it's not that we picking on them; they just active, G.
Yeah, I think they could. There's some good moves they can make. Like I think they could trade. I'm trying to think of their top prospect's name. I'm actually gonna look it up.
Hark said they out here on their R. Kelly fight for my fucking life.
Yeah, this guy.
The Sox ain't no better right now, bro.
This guy, Brendan Davis. I think that they could really trade. I don't know.
And I was talking to my homeboy the other day.
These teams are real scared.
Who do we say? We both say the same thing. The Sox need to make a move, bro.
Yeah, the White Sox need to do something. Whether they just say like, all right, we're gonna kind of just coast to the end, see where it goes, and be ready for next year, or they say like we're fucking going all out. Like someone will trade for some of the like someone would trade for an injured Madrigal. I'm not saying I would trade him. I'm just saying someone would trade for him.
Bro, we got Kopech on IL. It's just
that guy's all sorts of fucked up in his head.
Maybe Escobar. Eduardo Escobar.
He's filthy. You could probably get him for like a really young prospect. That's not even that we got good, farm honestly.
System. Eduardo Escobar is multi-positional too. That's why
he's solid. Like he's just real solid.
He played third, and he played third a couple weeks ago, and he's like
I forget who I was talking to yesterday. You know who I thought would be good for the for the White Sox. I think that I don't remember who I was talking to, but I was saying Ketel Marte, the Diamondbacks one. Bro, if they could get him and Eduardo Escobar in a deal for a halfway decent prospect, that could be real solid. And 2 switch hitters. Stick Marte in center field. I think every team could use a little Ketel Marte in their life, personally. But Lou, I'm gonna wrap it up. Let the people know if there's anything else you want to say before we close out.
Nope. I believe I'm good here, bro. Like I said, we got Bucks minus 6.5. We got Trey Young under 27.5 points. We got John Collins over 15.5 points. And I like Giannis to go over
Sounds
32
good.
and a half. Over 32 and a half is his line. But as far as a parlay goes, I'm doing over 30.
30 plus.
30 plus. Yeah. And 12 rebounds for my boy.
Shout
Ketel
out to Hark.
Marte
Shout out
is a monster.
AP.
Shout
Shout
out
out to
AP.
Hark. Shout out to AP for always being active, always
Did
showing
you
us
say
that
Reds? No, we're not on the Reds, bro. We discussed that.
Nah, he's saying how Hunter Green and Shane Baz should come up this month. I think they'll come up after the All-Star game. I don't think the Reds have any reason to rush Green at this point, though. But
yeah, the
I
bats
think
have been doing well for them. I don't think they really need to make too many adjustments.
Lou, if you want to drop your quote before we leave.
As always, when we close the show,
I think you froze when you did it.
oh, did I? One more time for you. As always, when we close the show, to the games we go.